afford the user charges, they introduce what is called the deferred cost recovery measure. The deferred cost recovery measure is you are given some money to pay for the fees, but later you will pay it back when you get employment. Good example of the deferred cost recovery measure is the higher education loans board, or the ile loan ambayo sasa inapatiwa wanafunzi wa university. So haupewi bure, because they know many families will not be able to afford to fund their education. So the government puts some pool of funds somewhere, and this pool of fund is used to give you to pay for your fees. When you get a job later, you pay back the government, so that this fund can be used by another student to access the same education. This is what we call the cost recovery measures and the deferred cost recovery measure. The other method of diversifying these funds is where employers provide or contribute to training, on-job training. Many teachers who are outside there, they were not exposed to any form of the curriculum changes, the competence-based kind of curriculum framework. And because of that, Teacher Service Commission, which is the employer, has taken that mandate of higher education or learning institution to retool or retrain all the teachers so that they can be competent enough. So it's a shared responsibility between the government or between the employer and us. And many of us, when we get employed, we have to be some kind of either inducted or done, or we undergo some workshop and training so that you are fit to be in that position. Take an example of maybe you are a teacher, but you are not exposed. Like this group, I know you have never done sports, but when you go there, they find there is a need to have a games master or a sports officer. Then they pick you and put you there. But later they send you for some kind of trainings to be a very perfect coach, or a very perfect patron, or a very perfect games master that is able to maintain and manage sports facilities, as well as the students, management of students in games and activities. So that is a shared responsibility. The other way of diversifying the sources of funds is through community and involvement in financing. Actually, many schools were started by some community funding. Kuna ile concept ilikuwa inaitwa kitambo Harambee schools. Most of these Harambee schools started as an initiative of a community, because they have their children and they see that their children are suffering. Maybe the school is very far, so they come together, wanatengeneza udongo pale, wanajenga klasi ya kwanza ya udongo. Then they look at one of the parent who looks to be mama mmoja ambaye anakaa mjuaji, wanasema now you are going to, they entrust that woman to teach their children. Hajasoma kitu, hana lolote, ni vile ni mjuaji huko kijijini. So they take that woman and they put him there and they say, fundisha watoto wetu. Then after some time, they see there is need. The number of students is growing. They put up another classroom ya udongo. Then later, the government sees the need for putting up a better facility, and they expand, either through the constituency development kitty, they can decide to put a school or uplift the face of that school. So this is the spirit of community involvement. And there are so many community projects that even finance, even here in Pwani. I know of a community called Kipepeo. Kipepeo is a community project, I can't remember whether it's Malindi or where, of which this community project, they sponsor watoto wa hiyo community right from primary, secondary, and even up to college. They sponsor those children using the resources, because it's a community-based organization that has our Vipepeo, and tourists can come and see. So the gains they gain from that, part of it they use to fund students excellent students in that, or students, needy students within that community. So community plays a critical role. And even when as a principal you want to, umeona kwamba unataka bus, so unaita Harambee, the first people you have to invite are the community members pale. Unawaita wakuja wakuchangie kile kidogo, you get a bus. Ukipata pesa kidogo unaenda unatafuta muhindi Mombasa pale, unamwambia niko na hii pesa, anakupatia bus na anakupatia kagari kadogo kapo as a principal to go and run your errands as you pay for the bus pole. So these are community involvement are very important. Then we can also expand or diversify this finance of education through income generating activities. We call them the IGUs or IGA. IGU is income generating unit. You set a unit that can be used to subsidize the cost there. A good example, we can even start with the Pwani University here. We have a number of IGUs. One of it, we have a resource center there where people pay, or when we have conference there, people pay and this money is taken to the school. We have a farm there, dairy farm we can sell. We have your canteen there. All those are some form of income generating activities. And these income generating activities, even you, when you become a principal, you can go and initiate it in your school. I've visited some school like kuna shule hapa hapa inaitwa Ngombeni. Nilienda kuangalia wanafunzi hapo, and I saw the principal alikuwa akona so many things pale, mahindi nini, and he's using that one to subsidize. Wakati wa season ya mahindi anapanda, then hiyo mahindi anatumia analisha watoto wake, so he knows now this cost yenye ningekuwa nimetumia kununua mahindi, now I've cut that cost. You have already looked for alternative sources to supplement the diminishing government capitation or funds from the government. I don't know whether that is making sense. Maybe you can post quite a number. I know there are quite a number of other avenues of diversifying sources of funds. Can we just list some in the public chat? Those who are able to post, like Ikina Alusa and the many. No one is posting anything there. Okay, I will just continue. You will just expand more on the